Hello and welcome everybody, and thank you guys for joining me into another Remnant from the Ashes video. My name is Wilkie, and this is gonna be sort of this kind of video where I talk about the game itself and try to answer the question, is this game for you or not? And as a short answer, I definitely think I can very well recommend this game for anybody who likes Soulsy type of games with guns, obviously. And there's often the comparison drawn to Warframe, and I think that's a little bit far-fetched, but generally if you play Warframe or games like that, any type of third-person RPG character progression system, then I definitely think you could very well enjoy this game. As you can see now, I have 42 hours on this character. I don't think the game is... how should I say this? I guess the quick answer would be yes, definitely recommend it for 40 bucks, what it's currently at. Last time I checked, we had 13,000 concurrent players, which, given that the game is, I think, roughly 3 weeks old now, definitely very good. It's well over the phase where you could say it's like still fresh and people still play it and then they're gonna dump it. I think the game actually survived this initial phase, and we still have, as I said, 13,000 concurrent players on PC. So that is definitely a force to reckon with, especially in this day and age. So I think this is a very well received game so far. There's a plethora, really a plethora of people making content for the game, so you probably shouldn't have issues finding content and or information or guides or anything in the game. So feel free to check that out. That's always a plus if there's a community trying to help others, etc. So those are all things that I definitely think also reflect how well the game actually is right now. So to dabble on a little bit more while I farm a little bit in this video, would I actually recommend it, or who would actually like this video, this game? And I definitely, as I said, I plenty times said this is Souls with games, and I mean, obviously there's a little bit of a pun intended there. I think everybody should know that, or knows that, I hope. If not, you know now. But generally, I highly can recommend, if you like this type of game where you like run around, loot a little bit, do a little bit of story, fight a boss, go to a different place, find another boss, then definitely this is something that I can see a lot of people who like Souls and enjoy sometimes shooting enjoy this type of game. Also, the next comparison a lot of people make is Warframe. And as I said initially, I think this is a little bit far-fetched, to be honest, because while obviously you cannot really compare them on a guess fair level, because Warframe is like the behemoth of games right now, or one of the biggest games in the industry at the moment. And it's like it had time to age well for 6 or over 6 years now, so obviously that's a little bit unfair to compare these two games. Pardon me, but for the sake of making this like sort of drawing the conclusion or the comparison between these two, yes and no. Obviously you have content, you have gear, and you have weapons and stuff, but it's much more in the Souls line of progression, where you kill bosses, get materials, upgrade everything, get new things, rather than the Warframe. Even back then when Warframe was new, obviously it did not even have nearly as much content as it has now, but even then it was not all about finding like your Titanite chart or its iron in the case of Remnant from the Ashes. So I think there are quite a bit of differences between Warframe and Remnant from the Ashes. So I wouldn't really go as far to compare those two in that regard, because they really aren't all that similar. Now, to the other point, would you enjoy Remnant from the Ashes if you like Warframe? I definitely think yes. While obviously it plays a lot slower, more, well, realistic is probably not the right term, but you're not a space ninja anymore. You're a human with, well, supernatural powers, or rather you're getting disproportionately strong through traits. But really, I think you could enjoy the game, but I don't necessarily think this is something that would replace Warframe or kind of fills the same, well, niche or punches in the same hole, for that matter. It really does not do that. So, as I said, I would definitely recommend it for somebody who plays Warframe, but I don't think it is, or sort of holds the same value, because it really doesn't, at least not in my opinion. Other than that, the other thing you would kind of consider is the price tag, but I think, as I've shown initially, For 40 bucks, the game is incredibly, well, not cheap, but definitely much more affordable compared to some AAA titles like Metro or other games that were like 60-buck titles and hold like, what, 10 hours of content. And obviously you have a lot more content here, you have a lot better replayability. I haven't even finished the latest difficulty yet, so there's a lot for me to do still. Then there is co-op I haven't tried yet. We will receive a new patch this week, we will receive a new patch next week. So there is content on the way, which definitely goes to show that they are knowing that people need or want new things, and they are working on it. So those are all good things that speak for the game rather than against it. And to be fairly honest, I don't really think you can classify Remnant as a game that existed. I don't think we had anything similar. We had games that had similar features. We, as I said, Souls, Warframe. I could probably mention any dungeon crawler or RPG, but that would be a little bit unfair because it's much less of a dungeon crawler than really like a hub-based. More like Demon Souls, really. For those of you who play Demon Souls, you know that it's not an open world like Dark Souls is, or any of the other Dark Souls is. But you kind of have your areas, and while they are technically linked together in Remnant from the Ashes, it's more like a, you have the hub, you go there, you teleport back to the hub, yada yada yada. So it's a little bit more instance-based, but not completely, so it's not just a pure dungeon crawler, but it's like wide dungeons, if that makes any sense. It's a little bit hard to grasp what exactly Remnant has to offer. But as I said, as a final verdict for something that is... it has flown below a lot of people's radars. I don't think there was a whole lot of marketing, but now they do actually see that it's probably better, or might be worthwhile to put some money where the bank is, and either advertise the game even more. Although I gotta admit, there's, as I said initially, a lot of content creators are there. So there shouldn't be a lack of content and advertisement per se. And as I said, plenty of people making content of the game should speak for itself that the game is actually worth your time and not just a puny time waster where you play and dump the game. Obviously some people will not continue playing the game for hundreds of hours, and you gotta realize that this game is, as I said, still brand new, so don't expect 5,000 hours of content. But as they go along, as they progress further with the development, I think this could turn into something that could keep people entertained for quite a while. So definitely, I highly recommend checking out the game. It features co-op, you can do it solo. I played the whole game so far alone. But if you're more of the co-op person, then that is also an option. So you don't have to play alone, but you can play alone. That's always a very, very big plus for me. Because I hate when games kind of force you to play in a party. Because I'm not much of a party player, truth be told, but as long as the game gives me an option, even if it may be harder or maybe a little bit more punishing, I don't mind. I'm fine with that. But if a game really slaps it into your face that you have to party up, I really hate that. And that's just really my pet peeve in a game like this. And as I said, it's not exactly the right thing, at least for me, to do to compare this game to Warframe, because there really aren't that many things that similar. So anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. As I said, I highly can recommend this game. There's more content to be coming. If you're unsure, then obviously you could always wait. But as I said, I think the price tag is more than fair for plenty hours of content. And with more content down the, well, development pipeline, I guess. This is definitely something that I can wholeheartedly recommend and that you should be checking out. Anyways, that is all for this video. My name is Wilkie. You saw me farming XP, scrap, and iron here while I just talked. So that is the thing. And I'm signing out, waiting for the new content, and I will see you guys next time.